Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's market update video. Today is Wednesday, September 25th, 8:25 a.m. local time. I hope you're having a good day, morning, or afternoon. Let me start off by giving my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, for your fantasy paper trading game. That's it. This is just for fantasy paper trading. No real money should be used on these discussions, based on these discussions, better said. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here. So I want to talk to you guys first and foremost about where we're at. And right now, I am going to call this neutral to bullish. All right. I also want to. I'm going to explain pretty much everything that I'm about to say, but not only am I neutral to bullish, but this area, 51,500, to me, I believe is less likely to happen now. It hasn't invalidated. All right, there's everything we do is based on probabilities. This had a 90% probability back here, and I told you guys in several videos, the more that we go up here, and more importantly, the time. The time is very important, and most of the time there isn't a time frame for things to happen. There's an expiration. It doesn't go based on time, but now I believe there is. And I told you what that is. That's October. 6 days away. 6 days away. So it is, to me, this becomes now less likely. There's a 90% chance that this is not going to happen. And there's a 10% chance that we can. And if it does, there's going to be some very, very clear signs, and I'll go over those as well. But for now, let me tell you what my neutral to bullish is, and what I'm looking for. First of all, we have to look at the 200 daily moving average, and I'm going to remove this. All right, guys, I'm going to remove this for right now. I don't need that on there. I just don't want to crowd my chart. We know that the 200 simple moving average on the daily was the bottom of this box here. And we know why this was the top here that I was calling you for a pullback, was these equal highs. But we went right up to it, but we didn't take out the equal highs. And then we also know that we have this very, very strong resistance off the neckline of the M top that we had back there in, I believe, in August or July, was it? Was it July? Okay, yeah, the end of July. All right, so what we've done is on the daily basis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, just trying to break through. We had one breakout, but it was just a wick, candle bodies closed yesterday. For the first time, we had a nice little celebration between here, and this morning we're right back down into here. And currently we're right on, I think maybe a couple of dollars above that line, which isn't very bullish, but it isn't bearish either. So what you can see here is a massive fight going on between the bears and the bulls to reclaim this here. Now, you may think that and some people do, reclaiming this is all the signal you need. I'm not in that camp, because, I mean, if you just look left, guys, look left. And I want you to understand, dropping here is not bearish. Dropping to a higher low only accelerates the move to the upside. That's why market structure, to me, is very, very important. Let me give you just a quick rundown. Look what happened when we put our first higher low off of this bounce. Look at the result. You see that? It creates a massive momentum to the upside. Now, the next higher low, did it cause the price to crash? No, look, it created a massive catalyst to go all the way up here. Now, why would you think that a move down here is bearish? That's going to set up for another massive move to the upside. But here's the thing, guys. Here's where the neutral part comes in, where I want you to understand the difficult area that we are in. Yes, great. I mean, great. We went up here. We consolidated. We pushed up a little bit more. But please recognize the proven data, the proven resistance that we have in this area here. This major resistance, this major 6 months of major resistance. So if we do push up It's not really that bullish. In my opinion, we're just finishing out this move. A next push up, if we get it, it's to do that. That's why I had put this 2 days ago. I had said, tomorrow when I wake up, let's see if the price action is here and here. And what happened? Nothing. Nothing. We just stood here doing really, yeah, we pushed up above here, we stood up above, but really nothing has happened. So this box here, what I'm going to do now is do this. I'm going to move this over to here tomorrow. Move this over here because we're still, look, if you want to get a good perspective, look at this. Watch this. Look at this. And I'm going to hide my indicators. Look. This is like those EKG machines. If you see this at an EKG, they're giving them their last rites, right? The priest, I think that's what it's called when the priest comes in and gives a little blessing. You're pretty much on your last breath, But we know that that doesn't mean this in crypto. What this does, this is actually very, very bullish. That's why I say bullish to neutral. Neutral because we haven't done much. We're kind of stuck. We're waiting for something, another move to happen. That's the neutral part. That's that's the neutral. And the bullish is us moving a little bit higher. And the bullish is also this. This is extremely bullish. Why? Because if in your trading system you utilize momentum indicators to help you analyze when the next push is going to happen on Bitcoin, then you know that what this does, what this time does. Those indicators are reset for the next move one of two ways, via price or via time. And we chose the time. No one likes to see the time reset because we're too impatient. We want things to happen in 1 hour. The next day we have to be paying off our house tomorrow, and we need a $10,000 candle, and that's what we expect because this is crypto. That doesn't happen. That's not the reality of it. That's not the reality. The reality is this. So this is bullish because on the lower time frames, everything is reset for the next move. The neutral part of my neutral to bullish comes what I just explained to you. I cannot get too bullish because of how strong this area of resistance is, and add to that this is an exhausted move. We're not going to break through this 6 months of resistance on an exhausted move. We do have a very good chance of breaking this off of a completely rested, reset, bounce move. And that's what higher lows do. Here's the evidence. The next one should get us above here. And then the fight's still not over. The fight begins here for the next move. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. The fight begins here. Why here? Because when we have broken above here for 6 months, deviation, tiny bit of a, I wouldn't even call it a deviation. It just couldn't do it. That's why the fight begins here. The fight for it not to become a deviation like it did here in the past. That's the fight. That's where it begins. So if it could break and if it can hold, not even break, just hold it. Don't come down. Don't wick down and close the candle body here. Stay up here. That's where the fight begins, because at that point we can start looking for the new areas of resistance. We've already reclaimed all of these. We've put a beautiful market structure with another high low. And obviously, guys, this one is now changed. I want to do this here. I did a call. I've been on calls for 3 hours. Just so you know, I feel bad. I had a spaces today with Wolf, and again, the second one in this week that I just couldn't attend. I'm really busy. I have a lot of stuff going on, but I love those spaces. They have really great, interesting speakers and people you get to meet and different perspectives. So I do enjoy them, but I just couldn't make it. So I'm going to change this because of yesterday's candle. Yesterday's candle gave us a new high, a new broke out of this previous swing high because we closed above here. So now, you see what this does? Look what this does. This now raises the defense so we don't lose the bottom of the diagonal channel. It raises up, not much. It raises up by what is it, like 300, 400 bucks. This was 60,750, and now it's 61,090. So not much, but it's something. I'll take anything. I'll take anything. So whatever it can give us, great. But it starts to, again, just create that defense system that we need for that spring action to do this and to do this. So that spring action will get us above here. And again, going back to what I said, the fight begins here. Then we can forget about all of this here. Forget about all of this for now, because all of this resistance will only be helpful to us in the event that we ever roll over back into here. Now we use this as the opposite of what we use this on this move up. We now use this as areas of support, 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 and so forth and so on. So once the battles are here, we have a whole new playbook that we're going to be utilizing. We've got, and I talked about this briefly the other day, this one here, this double top, this top, and the all-time high. That's going to be our new challenges and our new breakthroughs and back tests and confirmations and breakthroughs. And then we break down and we break below it. A whole new playbook. But we can't even talk about that playbook because the playbook is not active yet. That playbook has not been allowed to come out because it's still under the lock and key of this move here. So I don't know if we're going to make it up here. I don't know. I need the market to show it to me. Because if you hide all these drawings and you look at market structure, look at this equal highs, these double tops. Look at this equal high, double tops. Okay? This is not equal highs, but look at these double tops. What do all these have in common? Well, this one drops. This one drops. We're on a higher high. We're looking for a higher low, which means that this could be possibly setting up for that drop for that higher low. Now, obviously, we don't want to see this drop, and we don't want to see this drop, and I don't think it's going to happen based on the time. And that's not something that you very, very rarely will hear me say. Most of the time, I'll tell you, the market is not in a hurry, only you are. And that's applicable to 95% of the time. But when you're up against a seasonality chart, and most importantly, when you're up against elections, U.S. elections, very, very unlikely that we're going to crash. And in my opinion, I give this target now a 10% happening. And the only thing that I can think of, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I would love to hear your opinion on it. If you can leave me a comment on this video below, on the post below. The only thing that I can see that can cause a move down here would be the SPY breaking down. It's the only thing that I can see a reason for this. Other than that, I don't see a catalyst. This is not a drop. Well, I mean, yes and no, but you know what I mean. This is just this is a bullish market structure. So when you drop, kind of like when I put a bear path here, it's kind of like oxymoron. BC, if it's going up, why do you call it a bear? Because I understand the exhaustion and I understand what needs to happen. I don't know why this little thing showed up, this little yellow. Oh, there it is. So I know what that means. So this drop is not bearish at all. This is extremely bullish because this is where the price action, the market refuels for this move and for this move. I understand that. You may not understand that, but I understand it. So, but if SPY rolls over hard, that's the only thing, in my opinion, that can cause it. Unless you're aware of some other catalyst that I'm not aware of, I would love to know. I don't know everything, guys, and I'm the first person to admit it, and I'm the first person to would love to know from somebody smarter than me, or even if they're not smarter than me, but they know information that I don't know, and they were willing to share it with me, just like I'm willing to share this information with you. I would love to hear it. Let me know your thoughts on that. So that's why for me, guys, I cannot get uberly bullish here. I cannot get uberly bearish because the way we're holding here, the seasonality, we're a week away from I believe is going to be a massive explosion. It can happen before a week from now. It can happen this week, but we're in that zone, in that time zone where we cannot be thinking down. Now, what's another layer of confirmation that I have that gets getting me extremely bullish that very rarely happens? I very rarely get excited on setups on alts. And you know why? Because Bitcoin runs the market, not the altcoins. However, there are times where you have to look at the bigger picture. And you have to understand that the setups on these altcoins are happening because of the accumulation of whales and these momentum indicators that are that are showing their absorption of the cells coming in as price action trickles down, meaning the price going up because people are selling, and yet the momentum indicators and the CMF are pointing up. The money flow is pointing up, showing you, proving to you that it's not me just saying that. The data is showing you that there's an explosion going, there's a pressure cooker going on, and it's reaching its apex. It's reaching the point that in the past, that exact same marker has caused 100 to 300% runs on these coins. And we're hitting that marker right now. Now, when I say right now, it doesn't mean that next hour has to break up. No, on the weekly time frame. So remember, there's a lot of things happening within 1 week, a lot of volatility, but on the weekly time frame, that momentum has built and it's on the apex across the board on the majority of coin. Not every single coin, the majority. That's all that matters, the majority. So when I look at that, and I add to that, that's another piece of the puzzle that I add for my thesis that we're going to be exploding to the upside. Now the altcoins, the seasonality, where we're at, how we're holding, how we're not breaking down, the momentum, the resets on the lower time frames. It's just so many things that contribute to a trading plan that this next pull down here, to me, is a massive platform to long everything. Everything that I've been studying, every coin that I have interest on, here is that point that you take it, right here. With everything that I talk about, there's always an invalidation. Well, if you go NBC here, when do you get out? What is your stop? I don't have a dollar price for a stop because I understand that if I give it a dollar price, that doesn't have enough, the same power as the market structure, in my opinion, and how I view the market. And let me explain to you what I mean. You may say, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna put a long here, but my stop is going to be right here, the break of this candle body. All right, so you come in here, you think you're a genius, you go, okay, that's going to be my stop. Let me put a different color. Let's say blue. All right, I'm just going to put this really thick so it kind of stands out right there. So that's my stop. It comes here, I take a long. It comes here, it stops. I'm out. But here's the thing. Very often, when you have a drop, it doesn't just stop here. What it normally likes to do is this. It'll come down. It'll come below it here because you may think you're a genius. You may think you're special, but you're not. Everyone thinks the same thing. Wherever you put your stop is where you think that you're the only one thinking about that. Everybody does it. They look left, they usually put it below a wick or below a candle body. And you're trying to minimize your loss. You're trying to, okay, what's a great area of prior support, resistance? Oh, right here. Okay, so if it breaks below that, support that, I'm out. So you're not thinking. So the market makers know that. How do they know that? Because your stop is set in the exchange. They see you're basically playing poker, and you have the guys playing against you, having their buddies behind you with the mirror. They see your cards. Because you're putting your stop loss. They know where that is. So what happens often is you do this. It comes down here, then it pushes back up. And here's where you get that confirmation. If this was just a stop run, the price will do this. And then this is the proof. That's the confirmation that it holds. Actually, this is the confirmation. Hold on. Oh, this will be the confirmation. Once you break above that, this tells you that you're on the right track. Once it starts trading higher, then that's your confirmation. But on the flip side, this is where you would get out because you're longing. So your confirmation is this. not the price right here, not that. No. This. When you back test that and it holds and you start to drop, I gotta get out of that long and I gotta try again. I need to wait for this to get reclaimed before you can start taking a long if you get out of your short position. But in my opinion, the long has a greater probability than the short at this point. My $51,500 target, in my opinion, because we ran out of time, has a 10% chance of happening. And I cannot invalidate it because here's another reason I can't invalidate it. I know that we're going to put a higher low here because that's what the markets do. Okay. The markets will put a low because the more we go up here, like I said the other day, it's exhaustion. The market's going to give some of it back. It needs to reload. So based on that reload, is going to give me that confirmation, and that probability gets shorter and shorter. So think about this: we come here and we put another higher low and we bounce. Do I come here and I remove this? Nope. And we all know why. It just lessens the probability because of this. Because what I showed you before in every video for the past 6 weeks, the top of this channel has to be reclaimed. It has to win the fight. It has to win the fight. Once the fight is won here, 99% this is not going to happen. I can't say 100% because a black swan event can come and take it out. So I can't say that. But 99%, this is not going to happen. Put it this way, I'm no longer looking at it. It doesn't matter in percentages. Percentages are irrelevant because to me, I'm no longer looking at this. So to me, I don't look at it no more. I will only look at this, obviously, if we start to break down, then okay, then I have to bring targets back up. But you think I'm going to bring this up and say, okay, now we're going here? No. Now we've established all of this. Now when we're up above here, guys, think what needs to happen to come all the way here. Now we need to break everything that we've been holding as resistance, now becomes massive support. You think that 200 MA is not going to be massive support on the way down? Of course it is. That's going to be support. This resistance is going to be support. This area here, this area right here with massive resistance, that's going to be new support. The bottom of this is going to be new support. This is going to be new support. This is going to be new. It just goes on and on and on. That's what a proper market structure does when you're going to either direction, when you're going up or down. When you put a proper market structure, you build those bases of support. When you have God candles, when you have these massive candles, they often retrace all the way back, if not most of it, because there was nothing built. And you don't have to believe me, just look left. These massive candles, they build nothing. What do? They come down. Look at this massive, what is this, $6,000, this $6,500 candle. Look what it did. It gave 80% of that, 90% of that back. These are not something that you want to look for. You do not want, this is what you want to look for. This here is more bullish than this. Way more bullish than this is this right here. Right here. Proper market structure. When you don't understand technical analysis, you think that this is what you want to see. But as a trader, no, I don't want to see that. No, hell no. Give me this all day long. Flip this. Give me confirmation. Climb higher. Give me confirmation. Give me a higher low. Give me that. That is extremely bullish. This move for a higher low is more bullish than this and this candle. But you can't understand that until you understand technical analysis, because you don't understand what this weakens, this strengthens. I know it sounds like an oxymoron. How does dropping strength? Trust me. When you learn technical analysis, anybody who knows tech TA, right now is not in their head. Yeah, this is stronger than this. This is what we want to see. We want to continue to see that along the way to go higher. So again, unfortunately, I cannot give you anything more than what I told you on the last video. We need to wait. This here and this here is the only thing that matters at the moment. The only thing that matters. And neither one of these is bearish. Neither one of those is bearish. A move here and a pivot here, it's a normal reaction after an exhausted move to give us the higher low. So when we come, and if we come from here without going higher, that's okay. We've already had a great move. So if it comes here, again, not bearish, this is going to give us hopefully that spring like it did here and like it did here. The only thing bearish, because I have to give you both scenarios. I give you a bull and a bull. I got to give you a bear. I got to give you a bear. The only thing that it will start to shift my mind that bears are in trouble is if we break below this bottom of this horizontal channel and obviously the purple line. They're very close together in proximity. So I have to give you both of them. Here's why. Here's a trap that people may fall into. Watch this. The price comes down. The price comes down and it breaks here. Okay, it comes down and it breaks that here and it starts to move up and it rejects. And it rejects. That's it. I'm shorting everything. They forget because a lot of people don't use channel. They don't use diagonals. There's traders out there that I respect and they're good, but they literally say diagonals are worthless. I've literally heard them say that on the YouTube channels. It's worthless. And yet I can sit here and show you how powerful they are. But again, not that they're wrong. They just don't know how to view the market the way I do. And I don't know how to view the market the way they do. Everyone views the market differently. But you can't sit here and you can't say that for the past 6 weeks, I haven't showed you how powerful a diagonal can be. Look at this resistance. I mean, I can go on, again, 6 months doing that. So if you break here, what did I say about when you establish a proper base? This is a proper base. This is a proper base. So the chances of just cutting through this strong area of prior resistance is unlikely. So what may happen is you come down here, you get here, you get rejected just to get a spring action right on here. And then boom, they took you, they liquidated you out of your long position you were waiting here. Then you went flipped on short on this confirmation, and then they came up and they took your long and they took your short. And at this point, at that move, you're like, oh, fuck that. I'm just gonna wait. Because that's usually what's gonna happen. You get exhausted, like I keep on getting it wrong, because you're not really paying attention to every little detail that you need to. People like things that you can come on here onto trading and it's simple. Just buy support. There's so many things to look at. So many things you measured. And the thing is, the beauty of this is this market is ran by algos. You know what algos is? Algos is the equivalent to math. That's why when you put these fibs, you're like, how does that happen? That's just the algos playing off your emotions, because your emotion is represented by these candles, and you as a human being will do the same thing again and again and again and again. That's why markets are so successful. It's not about having a crystal ball. It's just about you being you. That's it. You be you, because you're going to be you most of the time. People don't change. Your emotions don't change. Your fear happens in the same area. Let me give you an example. I've gone up a ladder 1,000 times in my life. And I get to that very top step, and I'm scared that I'm going to fall. Yet I've never fallen. But yet I get up to that top, and I'm fucking scared. I'm scared I'm going to fall. And I've never fallen before. So we're programmed to feel certain things at certain times in our life. That's just who we are. When you're driving down the freeway, you could be going the speed limit and you see a cop. What happens? Oh, shit. You automatically look down. You know that you're not a speeder. You know that you set your cruise control to 55 miles an hour and that's the speed limit. But 100% of the time you see a cop with a radar gun, you look down. You glance. Even if you knew that you put that cruise control, you're going to glance down. Like, oh, shit. No, I'm okay. But your initial reaction is exactly the same. Humans are by nature that way. We're like robots. So when you're trading using your money, nothing changes when it comes to fear and greed. And you tell yourself, I'm never going to fall for that again. Yes, you are. I know that. You may not know that, but the market knows it and the algos know it. And that's why TA is so effective, because they measure that. They know ahead of time. Before you know what you're going to do, they know what you're going to do, because you've done it throughout history. This market is no different than any other market. It's just about human behavior. So for now, guys, we got to get out of here. We have to get out of here. All right. Yesterday, day before yesterday, I got a comment from a guy on Twitter. just real quick. I didn't block him. Because he must have not been listening to my videos. You know what he asked me? If memory serves me correctly, haven't you been calling for 51,500? And yet I've been telling you guys every video what those invalidate. He was because I something about us going to 64,000 or we're hopefully we break above the 200. But basically, because I mentioned 51.5, he thinks that there's no other thing that's going to happen except here. I forgot how he phrased it, but that was his. That's the way he phrased it. Like I said 51.50, and no matter what, we're going to get here. Have I said that? Have I said any video that no matter what? But again, that just goes to the ignorance. That's my point in people. People don't change. They think they're smart, but they're not. The smart ones have nothing to do with education, like secular education. The smart ones are the ones that can recognize what they have done in the past and change that. Those are the smart ones. And that's hard. And you think that it's not, that means that you've never had a bad trade. If you think that that's not you, that means you've never had a bad trade. So if you continue to have bad trades or you continue to lose, it shows you haven't really learned anything. You haven't learned enough. And the most successful trader is never going to be 100%, because there's things that are unpredictable. But their success starts to pivot when they start to understand what not to do. You don't come into a professional trader does not come into his office in the morning and look at a chart and say, let me see how much money I can make today. They look at a chart and say, okay, what do I need to do to not lose? Where's my points of confirmation? I don't want to lose today. How do I minimize that? That's where our mindset is not about making money, because making money is a byproduct of preserving your capital, of risk, of managing that risk. Managing that risk means you want to look for the potentials of where you're going to lose, and if you can control not losing, you will automatically make money. You don't have to think about making money. All you have to do is think about not losing it, and the charts will do the rest. And that's something that most people cannot seem, well, not that they can't, but they will learn in time. They will learn in time. But you have to change your mentality, your process. You have to have a system. And that's what my Discord's about. My Discord's about me teaching you how to view that market. And then on top of that, the indicators are going to help you to assist you to look at that. One great tool, DCT trading. The DCT tools that I use tells me this morning, like when I came in this morning, first thing in the morning, boom, I pulled up the 3-day view. It tells me that we have massive heat all the way down to 62,500. Slowly but surely, oh, you couldn't have known. Yeah, well, the data is telling me that. Is it a guarantee? No, it's not a guarantee. But look at the heat maps. Look at the history. Look at the probability. When we post these charts, when I post them, when he posts them, when I put them on my video, do they play out more often than not? Does it happen right away? No, it doesn't. It doesn't happen right away. Here, let me walk you through this. Look at this. You are right here. All right, you're right here. You're at 64,700. And look at the massive liquidity cluster here. Okay? Okay? And then you have another one right here. Look at that. The price action came down and took that. Then came down. Look at this. Came down. Went up to, these are liquidity clusters that they're just not as heavy in contracts like these yellow ones. These are the highest concentration, okay? They come down here, take some of these here. And as this is going down, look at these right here that show up right here. Look, it comes up. Look where it pivots. Right where it took out that. As soon as it took out that liquidity cluster, that liquidation cluster that was created on the way down, it continues to go down. Look, it continues to go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Look, it starts to stab at this here. It starts to stab, and look, it bounces up because on this move to the downside into here, look at this right here. Look at this cluster. You see it? That shaded cluster of aqua, it comes down, look, and it knocks it out. No coincidence. Look, it pivots exactly as it took it out. It pivots and it comes all the way back down. Does it happen all in one candle? No. It doesn't need to. You know why? Because on the way down, people are going to try to outsmart the market, and the market's going to come back and remind them who's boss. It comes all the way back down. Look, it starts stabbing out here. As it's stabbing out here, these see how this is getting brighter? The brighter it is, the more money, the more it's worth. So what did it say? I'll come back and get the rest, but I'm going to spank all of these contracts. I'm going to come and take them all out, liquidate them. Look at that. Look at that. Then it comes back down again and says, okay, I'm coming back down to finish my job. As it's coming down, look at this cluster here. Market makers, these guys don't learn. They don't fucking learn. Fuck them. I'm going to take them out again. Come and take everything out. Look, all of this. Look, everything. Now it's slowly but surely coming down. Is it a guarantee it's going to take this? No, it's not a guarantee, but you understand. You start forming a roadmap, and you start to understand as this data comes out, and he even goes as far in his software. You can go back and look back 2 hours, how things played in the past 2 hours. So you can literally form a roadmap based on the 2 hour, the 5 hour, the 7 hour, the 12 hour, how things are gonna, with high probability, where they're gonna go based on the intensity of those contracts. So it's not, again, and this is not something you're gonna learn in one day, but this is stuff that I teach, and you're gonna learn it by using it. If you want, I have a referral code, BC10. You'll get 10% off your membership. Either your monthly membership or your yearly membership, you'll get 10% off, BC10. So if you want to use that, use my referral code and you get 10%. You can pay, or don't use my referral code and pay full price, but it's worth it. Even at full price, it's worth it. Worth it. Go back to the chart here. Right now, guys, we're in a no trade zone. This is not a place where you want to open any type of position because it's too risky. You're literally in a 50-50. And as a trader, you never want to be in a 50-50. When you're a trader, you want to be minimum 60% to 80%. That's the range that traders live on, 60 to 80. There's no 60 to 80 here. This is a 50-50. So you can open a long, 50% chance it's going to go down, or you can open a short, 50% it's going to go up. That's not a risk I'm willing to take. You can if you want. That's fine with your money. That is not an area right now. This is a no trading, sit on your hands, have patience. If you are a skilled scalp trader, you can. Like, for instance, I have a Telegram channel that you guys know. It's $25 a month, and we take day trades. I called today. I told them today until we get a clear path, we can't take a trade. I'm not going to risk their money. But scalping is different. I'm going to scalp on my personal account, and I'm not going to call it out on my $25 a month Telegram, because you have to understand that in order for me to scalp, watch this. I'm working in the 1 minute chart. Okay? I don't have time to enter into a trade, then open up my Telegram channel, okay, and start typing out, okay, this is the ticker, okay, we're going to enter the trade here, and we're going to, by the time I do all that, they've already missed the opportunity for the entry, because the entry is going to happen within minutes. It's going to confirm within fucking minutes. And look, nothing changes when you look at this at these areas. Nothing changes. When I talk about back test, the same thing I look for happens like that in minutes, and it reverses and pivots, and I don't have that time. So of course I'm not going to call out 1 minute scalping trades. But you have to recognize who you are. Most of you guys are not scalpers. You guys are swing traders. You strive to maybe be a day trader one day. And in order to do that, you need to have a good system. And that's where my $25 a month channel comes in. I will show you how you can day trade. And when I pique your curiosity enough to say, hey, BC, I want to learn how you knew it was going to go there, or the probability was it's going to go there. Because I'm not always going to be right. How do you do that? That's when you graduate to my Discord channel. But you have to start somewhere, guys. And I recommend you start free. Go to YouTube. Don't pay no one. Don't pay anyone. You go to YouTube and you just crypto trading 101, or just trading. It doesn't have to. The same rules here, the same rules that you use in broader market, in any market. Trading 101. Trading for dummies. Beginning how to trade as a beginner, and just start going through that. And the reason I say that is because it benefits me. It really does benefit me. How does that benefit you? BC, you tell them to go for free, because I know what those videos are going to tell you. I've been there. I've done that. Now let me tell you, are they going to have good information? Yep, they're going to have good information. So how does it benefit me? Because what they don't have a dialogue. They're going to tell you how they view the market and what they look for, but you're going to have 1,000 questions to ask. And then you need those answered, or you're just going to continue to confuse you. Well, when you have somebody live teaching you, hey, BBC, hold on. But I don't get it. Why here? Why this? Why that? What if this happens? What if that? Okay, well, then you do this and you do that, and you look at this, and this will invalidate. You don't have that with the YouTube. So I like when people go to YouTube and try to find it for free, because then they appreciate when they come into my Discord. Like for a week, for months now, and I just can't seem to grasp it. And within a month, they're like, Jesus, great, this is so incredible. I'm starting to make money finally. And it took me, 6 months on my own, and 1 month with you. I'm already starting to see it. It's a big difference, guys. Big difference. And there's many people out there that are really smart that can help you. A lot of people out there. So you don't have to come join me. Tons of people out there. Join them, but you join somebody. Get a mentor, because this next push to the upside, unfortunately, this happens. Look, watch this. This is when people decide to get a mentor. Right here. Right here is when people decide to get a mentor. Not here. Never here. Never here. Never down here. Never down here. Only up here. You're too late. You're too late. You're way too late. Because I don't know about you, and I don't know about other mentors, but here, we're not teaching you shit. We're managing our trades. We're exiting our trades. We're taking our profit. I'm not have time to fucking teach you. You should have paid attention down here. Paid attention down here. You didn't pay attention down here. Don't bother me here. And I tell it to my Discord members all the time. You think you're gonna join my group up here at the top? You're gonna have months of waiting, months of paying me for fucking nothing, because you're not gonna understand. I'm not gonna answer any of your questions. It's just about this. This is what we worked for. This is what we planned for. Just like a football player or a soccer player, they practice and practice and practice and practice to play 2 hours on the field or 3 hours on the field, and they practice hundreds of hours. These guys are professionals. They know they know how to catch a ball, but they will throw and catch 1,000 times, and do it all through the off season, and practice and practice and practice. That's what it takes in any field, any profession, anything you do in life. That's what it takes. You're not going to come in because you play high school football and go to pro football at the Super Bowl here. Oh, put me in, coach. I got this, coach. Put me in. I know what I'm going to do. Put me in. You think they're going to pay? You think the coach is going to stop? Okay, let me teach you the game plays right here. We're a game away from the Super Bowl. Let me show you what we're going to do. Come on, guys. Think about it. It's fucking logical. It's logical. And look, we already done this move. We've already done this move. We're on the second wave. We're about to enter into the second wave. All the $44,000 and the $30,000 guys, I feel so bad for them. So bad for them. there is a 95% chance. There's always that possibility. You can never discount that there's no way you can drop, but there's always that black swan event that can happen. So that's why I say with 95%, they're going to be left behind. But that's okay, guys. That's okay. That's good, actually. Because who's going to buy our bags on the top? Who's going to buy our bags on the way up, better said? Who's going to buy it? If everybody bought the bottom, who are we going to sell to? It's them. It's them. And just like human nature, right now, those guys that are waiting for 44,000, you know what they're saying? I'm never going to buy it 80 or 85. I'm never going to do that. You know why they are? Because when we get up to 85, 90,000, every article, every institution, every media outlet is telling you that Bitcoin's going to go to 500,000 to $1 million. So in your mind, you say, I'll never buy Bitcoin at $60,000 at 60, what is it, 63,000. I'm never going to buy it at 63,000. At 68, hell no, I don't want at 68. But when you hear, when it's at $85,000, $90,000 and they're telling you it's going to $1 million, you're going to buy it. Fuck it, okay. If I get it now, it's still a 10x. That's how you're going to justify to yourself that you're going to buy it here. You didn't want to buy it, none of this here. 63,000, that's ridiculous. But it makes sense at 95,000. It makes sense at 95,000. You watch. It's just, it's incredible, and it's sad to see it happen every cycle. All right, guys. I've talked way too much. It's supposed to be a quick update. And Wolf, if you're listening to me, now you see why I couldn't make it to your spaces. These things drag out, guys. These things drag out. So I hope I can make it to your next one. I do enjoy them. Hopefully you still invite me. Hopefully you're not mad at me for not showing up for the last two. But that's just how it goes sometimes. All right, guys. So let's wait. Again, I know you don't want to hear that. You want me that BC says we're going here. No, I don't say shit. It's the same thing. We got to sit and wait. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Give me a direction. This is not a clear direction. This is more ranging. I need a clear direction. I need here and here for the next game plan. It's going to these two areas are going to tell me a ton of information. I'm going to be able to extrapolate from here. That's going to set me up for the next move. And not just when we get here, but when we get here, I got to do this. I go to the 5 minute. That's going to start telling me within 5 minute blocks what's happening next. Many times people wait for confirmations on these daily. You know what happens? Remember here what happened? You got no confirmation, no back tests here on the daily. Where did you get it at? You got it on the 15-minute time frame. While people are still waiting, oh wait, I'm just gonna wait for BC's back test. No, bitch, that already happened. You didn't know how to manage the timelines and how to look for that. And I showed you guys on this video. I'll show you real quick here. Watch, this is what day was this? The 18th? Watch this. The 18th, right there. Right here. Look at this. Look at this. Where is that? The 8th, what's it? Let me see here. Give me 1 second here. Let me go over here real quick. That was, I was looking at the bottom. Okay, right here. Let me just put a vertical line here. It was on 9:18. Okay, 9:18. Let me put a vertical line. Okay, put a vertical line there. And then go, I think it was on the 5 minute. It was one of these time, but I just want to go to the right because there's two. Oh, there we go. So there's two. All right there. Okay, so it was within this day. What is day? This is the 17th. Nope. It was right there. That's it. Look at this perfect, absolute perfect back test right there. Look at it. Look at it. I mean, you can't even say, oh, I got close. No, on the fucking money. Not a little bit above, on the fucking money. And I showed you that. If you go back to the 18th market update video on my timeline, just scroll up on my timeline. I point that out. I pointed it out on the 18th and on the 19th. Look at that. Perfect. But if you don't know, now you know why I live in the 1, 5, and 15 minute time frame. That's why I live in those time frames. Confirmations come much, much quicker. And sometimes they will show up there and they will not show up on the higher time frames. And if you don't understand that, you're going to fail trying to utilize the backtest theory that I use. All right, guys, everyone have a really good day. Sorry that couldn't give you a clear direction, but hopefully I made sense and I give you enough information for you to digest, for you to understand, for it to spark an interest in hopefully joining one of my 2 groups so you can continue to learn more. All right, guys, have a good one.